If you are the same man 7 days from now, then you did not listen. You merely heard. This is not a speech for spectators. This is for the man who is sick of drifting, tired of waiting, and ready to take dominion over his own mind. If you are not ready, turn back. But if you are, then listen with fire in your heart. You have drifted long enough. You have hesitated at the edge of decision. You have whispered your dreams instead of commanding them. You have consumed ideas but refused transformation. You know what I say is true. You do not need more information. You need instruction. You need to be commanded. And you will obey if you desire liberty more than comfort. The most dangerous place for any man is to live half awake, to nod in agreement but never act. This message is not meant to soothe. It is meant to shake, to rattle the slumbering spirit until it awakens with authority. 7 days, that is all. And if you submit to the words I will speak, then the man you are now will vanish. You have no right to remain who you were yesterday. Time demands a new man. Circumstances will not wait for your convenience. No more shall you say, I'll try. You will not try. You will do. You will not test. You will train. You will not ask. You will command. In 7 days, you will become different, not by chance, not by hope, but by law. The law of mind, the law of faith, the law of action. You will follow them, and they will build you. This is not about watching. This is about building. And what you build is identity. Every morning for the next 7 days, you will choose who you are. You will rehearse that man with word, with step, with silence, with fire. And every night you will seal the day with affirmation and resolve. You are not waiting to become. You are declaring who you already are and proving it with action. You have heard men say, you become what you think about. That is a half-truth. You become what you think about, backed by faith, decision, and repetition. Thought alone is not enough, but a thought held in faith, declared with power and repeated with discipline, will reshape your world. You will not drift through the week ahead. You will rule it with structure, with declaration, with clarity, with force. You will not let the world train you. You will train your mind before the world lays a hand on you. Do not speak of how hard life has been. You are here to build the man who can face hardship and laugh. You are not a victim of your conditions. You are the commander of your inner world. And that inner world is the birthplace of all riches, all freedom, all power. You have allowed emotion to speak louder than decision. That ends now. You will feel less. You will act more. You will think clearly. You will move swiftly. And when doubt whispers, you will not negotiate. You will speak back with definiteness. Each of the next 7 days is a forge, and you are the iron. You will be pressed. You will be shaped. You will burn away weakness and emerge with edge and purpose. Your old self will fight to survive. Let him die. He has delayed your rise long enough. You will hear this every morning, not as background noise, not as motivational entertainment, but as a law, a command, a ritual. Each day, each part, each instruction will rebuild the walls of your thinking. You are laying bricks of self-mastery. Do not skip a day. Do not question the method. Do not seek comfort. Seek change. This is not for spectators. This is not for the soft. This is for the man who is ready to look in the mirror and see fire instead of fear. If you follow, you will rise. If you drift, you will remain. You do not need a better life. You need a better self. And that self is not found, it is constructed. 7 days, 7 principles, 1 decision. Become different. The first hour of your morning is the throne room of your mind. If you enter it with discipline, you rule. If you enter it with distraction, you serve. What you do with the first 60 minutes after rising will determine what the next 23 hours obey. You may think you wake up and begin life. You do not. You wake up and begin war. And if you meet that war without strategy, you will be conquered before the battle even begins. Most men are already defeated by 7 a.m. They have allowed their thoughts to be molded by the world. their emotions to be dictated by devices, and their direction to be set by accident. Do not be like most men. Most men fail. Do not touch the world until you've trained your mind. Let no message enter before your own message has been declared. Let no emotion arise before you have chosen the emotion. Let no image from outside dictate the images within. You are not a beggar of circumstance. You are a commander of cause. And the man who commands his first hour commands his entire day. I tell you now, every morning is a spiritual rebirth. Every morning you are given the sacred privilege to reshape identity, renew purpose, and reaffirm your dominion over thought. Your old self will greet you the moment you rise. He will whisper, delay, distract, and comfort. You must kill him early. If he speaks to you past the first hour, he will rule the rest of your day. You must rise with order. You must sit with silence. You must speak aloud your chief aim with force and clarity. Not mumble, not whisper. Speak it with your chest, from your diaphragm with the full conviction of a man who demands to be obeyed by the world. Say it aloud. I demand riches of life, of purpose, of health, of happiness, of influence. And I have a definite plan for acquiring it. This is no empty phrase. This is the foundation of empire. After you have spoken, you must give thanks for the breath in your lungs, for the mind in your skull, for the challenge in your path. A mind steeped in gratitude cannot be conquered by fear. Then sit still, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. The exact time is less important than the stillness. In silence, you will hear yourself again. In silence, you will remember that you are not a victim of chaos, but an architect of intention. Following silence, review your plan, your daily plan, your weekly goal, your monthly mission, your long-term purpose. Read them, study them, recommit to them. If you do not review the plan, you will forget the plan. And if you forget the plan, you will follow the plan of another. Finally, speak your identity aloud. I mean this literally. Say, I am the man who acts on purpose. I am the man who earns with focus. I am the man who finishes what he starts. You may feel foolish at first. Good, that means you are rebuilding. Most men wake up to consume. You wake up to construct. You will tell yourself who you are before the world gets a word in. This entire ritual need not take more than 30 minutes. But those 30 minutes will determine if you are a man of fire or a man of fog. The man of fire builds from within. He carries the torch of definiteness. He writes his own narrative and burns away the noise of the world. He speaks his aim and walks in it before the world has opened its eyes. Henry Ford understood this. Every morning he isolated himself from the noise of the world before submitting to its demands. He did not reach for news. He did not entertain opinion. He stared at silence until his thoughts were his own. Ford knew that clarity precedes greatness. He did not rush to react. He moved from reason. While others scrambled, he contemplated. While others reached for distraction, he reached inward. His power did not come from his machines. It came from his mental order. You must live as he lived. You must structure your thoughts before you structure your day. Otherwise, you will be ruled by emotion, driven by doubt, and led by lesser men. This morning routine is not an option. It is not a suggestion. It is the requirement of the man who desires dominion. Every morning you skip is a step backward into drift. Drift is not neutral. It is destruction. It is the slow erosion of identity, one silent compromise at a time. Say aloud this command. I begin each day as a king, not a beggar. I train my thoughts before the world trains them for me. Say it again, with spine straight, with voice strong. Repeat it until your body believes it. You are not to check messages. You are not to listen to noise. You are not to speak with weakness. Until your mind is structured, your thoughts are trained, and your plan is burning in your hands. You are not to touch the world. You are under instruction now. This next week is not a suggestion. It is construction. And if you follow the drill, the mind you carry into each day will become unshakable. In 7 days, your mornings will become sacred. In 7 days, you will become dangerous because you will no longer wake up as a wanderer. You will rise as a ruler. From this day forward, no morning belongs to emotion. No morning belongs to accident. Each morning belongs to purpose, to clarity, to power. You will wake in silence. You will speak your chief aim. You will sit with gratitude. You will review the plan. You will command your identity. You will rise with discipline. You will act with boldness. You will walk into the world already victorious because you trained your mind before it touched the day. Let this be your command. I begin each day as a king, not a beggar. I train my thoughts before the world trains them for me. Speak it daily, live it fully, and in 7 days you will no longer recognize the man who used to wake without a plan. Most men are not living. They are continuing. They are not creating. They are repeating. Yesterday's habits, yesterday's thoughts, yesterday's fears, worn again like an old suit. You are not most men. You are here to decide who you are. You are here to break the mold and forge a name. You are not who you were. You are what you decide today and repeat tomorrow. That sentence holds the key to your future, not your memory, not your family, not your failures, not your fear. The man you become is built on decision and repeated into fact. You were trained to be average. That training was unintentional, but it was consistent. You were trained to shrink. You were trained to obey. You were trained to doubt. You were trained to play it safe. But training can be undone, and a new man can be trained in your own image. Your identity is not fixed. It is programmable. It is reprogrammable. It is clay in your hands, but you must mold it every day with thought, with word, with posture, with movement, with repetition. No accident creates identity, only deliberate practice does. Speak this aloud. I am the architect of my character. I walk as the man I am becoming, not the one I was trained to be. Say it again. Do not hope it is true. Make it true. With your voice, with your spine, with your intention. Most men wake up and submit to a personality they did not choose. A default self, given to them by school, by failure, by the words of the small-minded. They say, this is who I am. Nonsense. This is who they've rehearsed. And what is rehearsed can be rewritten. Identity is not a title you are given. It is a name you claim. It is not the sum of your past. It is the clarity of your present decision. You decide who you are by deciding what you will do and doing it with finality. When a man stands tall, when his shoulders are back, when he walks with purpose, when his words are clean, when his habits are fixed, he is not playing a role. He is building a frame, a mental frame, a spiritual frame, a victorious frame. Auto-suggestion is the tool. Identity is the structure. If you wish to become new, then speak what is new. Write what is new. Move as what is new. Repeat what is new. You cannot think weakness and live strong. You must think in strength and speak it. Each morning you must speak aloud who you are, not who you were, not who you hope to be, but who you are choosing to become. Identity is not wishful thinking. Identity is repetition forged into conviction. Say this, I am a man of decision. I am a man of strength. I am a man of order. I am a man of vision. I am a man of faith. I am a man of purpose. I am a man of action. Speak these phrases as law. Say them until your soul hears them. Change your posture. Square your stance. Raise your chin. Speak with command. These are not theatrics. These are instructions to the subconscious mind. You are always training it. The only question is, what are you training it to believe? Dress as the man you are becoming. If you desire excellence, you must look like excellence. If you seek wealth, you must carry the countenance of wealth. If you desire respect, wear discipline on your body. Appearances train the subconscious. Posture and presentation reinforce belief. Do not wear fatigue. Do not walk like a victim. Do not speak like a slave. Train every fiber of your presence to align with the man you've chosen to become. Most men rehearse smallness in the way they breathe, move, and speak. Not you, not anymore. Andrew Carnegie trained his mind to think like an emperor before he held a single empire. He trained his thoughts to orbit value, wealth, vision, and expansion. Long before a bank recognized him, long before the world applauded. He did not wait for success to be granted. He became success internally until the world had no choice but to recognize what was already built in silence. Identity is always built first, before riches, before titles, before recognition. He walked into the world already convinced. He lived as if he were meant to build greatness. And so he did, not because of luck, but because of belief, discipline, and identity. He created wealth not with gold, but with thought. Your subconscious mind is your most loyal servant. It believes whatever you speak to it repeatedly with emotion. If you feed it weakness, it obeys. If you feed it power, it obeys. The only difference between failure and fortune is the story you repeat. Every morning this week, speak your new identity aloud, 10 times, with power, with posture, with certainty, not for performance, but for transformation. You are training your internal world to act, to walk, and to believe in new form. Say, I am the architect of my character. I walk as the man I am becoming, not the one I was trained to be. Let this phrase become your battle cry. Let it ring in your mind as you rise, as you dress, as you act, as you decide. Do not wait for evidence. The new identity comes first. The results come second. Act as the man you are becoming, long before the world acknowledges him. This is the law of faith. This is the law of becoming. Most men act from memory. You will act from vision. Most men walk from history. You will walk from purpose. Most men repeat a name they did not choose. You will choose a new name and answer to it daily. What you do, you become. What you speak, you believe. What you rehearse, you build. Identity is not mysterious. It is mechanical. Speak, stand, act, repeat. And do so until the world you desire bows before the man you've built. This is not arrogance. It is obedience to spiritual law. You were not created to remain. You were created to rise. The mind is not meant to settle. It is meant to grow, to stretch, to strive. Each day you must ask, who am I becoming? And then build that man with deliberate force. Each hour you must ask, is this aligned with the man I've chosen? If not, cut it, eliminate it. Discipline is identity under control. Walk differently, speak differently, sit differently, think differently. Do not imitate the old version. Replace him, starve him, deny him, and the new man will rise in his place, stronger, cleaner, bolder. The next 7 days are not about change. They are about becoming. They are about remembering the man who always lived inside you, but whom you never gave voice to. Give him voice, give him posture, give him repetition, and he will give you victory. Say it once more. I am the architect of my character. I walk as the man I am becoming, not the one I was trained to be. This is law, and law must be enforced daily. Speak it now. Speak it again tonight. Speak it until your spine carries it without effort. And when doubt returns, and it will, you do not reason with it. You override it. You replace it. You deny it oxygen by speaking identity aloud again with greater conviction than before. You are not who you were. You are who you are becoming, and who you are becoming is entirely up to you. Every day you hesitate, you lose territory, you surrender mental ground, you allow fear to plant roots, you allow drift to dig in. Indecision is the silent assassin of purpose. It kills without warning. It leaves no scar, but it rots ambition from the inside out. You have been deceived by the idea that delay is harmless. It is not. Delay is denial of power. Delay is permission for weakness to grow. Every time you say, I'll think about it, your mind becomes easier to conquer the next time. Decision is the gatekeeper of all progress. All riches, all growth, all victory waits at the gate of decision. and that gate only opens to the man who knocks boldly. Half steps will not do. You must approach it with command. Success responds to immediacy. Wealth follows action. Opportunity obeys decisiveness. The man who moves now wins. The man who hesitates watches. You were not born to observe. You were born to dominate your time, your direction, your result. You must become a man of clean cuts. You must train your soul to say yes or no without panic, without stalling, without 12 opinions and 5 hours of torment. Train yourself to decide, to choose, and to move without regret. You cannot build greatness from hesitation. You must build it from fire, from movement, from sharp edges and fast turns. The mind must learn to say, "This is it, I move." No apologies, no rewinding, no vote from the crowd. Most men fail not from lack of talent, but from spiritual weakness at the moment of decision. Their limbs shake when it's time to leap. Their voice stutters when it's time to speak. Their will softens when the world resists. Not you, not anymore. From this day forward, you will act on one decision per day. Bold, clean, final. No turning back, no wavering, no polling the room. You will decide and move. You will write the decision down. You will act upon it that same day. It need not be dramatic. It must be real. It may be a financial move, a conversation, a boundary, a commitment, a step, but it must be made and it must be done. One clean decision per day for 7 days will shift your entire axis of power. Write it down now. For the next 7 days, I will act on one bold final decision each day without hesitation, without excuse. This is your drill. This is your battle plan. This is how you claim new territory. Say aloud this affirmation: I decide. I act. I do not wait. I gain ground while others waver. Speak it every morning. Speak it before every choice. Let it become your internal compass. Indecision is not confusion. It is cowardice disguised as caution. You do not need more information. You need more resolve. You do not need more opinions. You need more authority over your own will. The world respects the man who moves. The world opens for the man who acts. Fortune gathers at the feet of decisiveness. Do not seek to be liked. Seek to be effective. Do not aim to be cautious. Aim to be clear. Charles Schwab understood this. He was not the smartest man in the room. He was not the most educated, but he moved faster than others. He decided with precision. He had no tolerance for muddled will. That is why Carnegie made him indispensable. When Carnegie needed decisions executed with speed and finality, he turned to Schwab. When a boardroom filled with hesitation, Schwab cut through the fog. And that clarity earned him millions. You will do the same. You will become irreplaceable by deciding faster than others. While the crowd ponders and pollutes their energy with doubt, you will strike, and your movement will become your magnet for influence. Let this be your daily formula. Wake and affirm, I decide. I act. Review your aim. Identify one decision to make boldly today. Make it, write it, do it. Close the day with review and prepare for the next. You will fail only when you delay. You will win only when you command. In every area, health, finance, relationships, work, indecision is disease, but decision is cure. You were born to lead your own life. You were born to cast votes with your feet, not your feelings. You were born to choose, to slice indecision in half, to walk forward before doubt catches up. Indecision comes from lack of purpose. When a man does not know what he wants, he cannot know what to do. Therefore, review your definite chief aim daily. Let it burn into your spine. Then every decision becomes simple. Does this take me closer? You must become ruthless about movement. You must look at hesitation like poison. It is not something to tolerate. It is something to exterminate. You will not let it linger in your system. You will not give it space in your mind. Speak aloud again. I decide. I act. I do not wait. I gain ground while others waver. Say it with speed. Say it with sharpness. Say it until your subconscious begins to act before your fear speaks. Understand this truth. Failure waits for the man who hesitates, but destiny runs toward the man who chooses. You were not given this message to delay it. You were given this message to act. This next week is not about volume of effort. It is about quality of choice. One bold decision per day will outpace months of wishful thinking. Do not mistake busyness for movement. Decision cuts, indecision fogs. Decision demands responsibility. That is why most men avoid it. But you, if you are to rise, you must run toward it. Decision means you own the outcome, good or bad, and only the owner can build wealth. From now on, you will not ask 10 people what to do. You will ask yourself. You will look at your purpose. You will speak aloud your intention, and you will move. That is power. That is how a man becomes great. This is your command for today. Make one decision. Write it, speak it, do it, and finish it before the sun goes down. Then repeat tomorrow and the next day, 7 days, 7 sharpened strokes of power. And the man you were will be gone. Say this aloud before bed. I am a man of action. I am a man of decision. I gain ground while others wait. I move without hesitation. I create momentum with will. Do not say it weakly. Speak it as law. In 7 days, you will look behind and see the footprints of power. You will feel your mind shift. You will walk faster, stand taller, think cleaner, because every decision moved you closer to the man you were meant to become. Do not pray for signs. Create them. Do not wait for opportunity. Decide into it. And when the door opens, walk through it like you belong there, because you do. Decision is not about being right. It is about being definite. It is about having direction. Correction can follow, but hesitation has no remedy. It only decays. Decide now. Say it once more. I decide. I act. I do not wait. I gain ground while others waver. This is your creed. This is your crown. Wear it, speak it, and walk into your day with it. Faith is not hope. Faith is not emotion. Faith is not belief without teeth. Faith is action in the absence of proof. It moves before evidence. It walks before comfort. It speaks before applause. Faith acts, and the world bends. Most men wait to feel ready. That wait is a prison. If you wait until you feel like it, you will never move. If you wait until you're certain, you will never act. If you wait for proof, you will never create it. Faith is the decision to move without needing permission from reality. There is no reward for hesitation. There is no prize for playing small. All riches, all power, all confidence, all success come only after the first step is taken in faith. You must walk as if it is already yours. Speak as if it is already done. Move as if no one can stop you. And in time, the world will obey. The world obeys the man who obeys himself. When you act with conviction, the universe follows your command. It is not arrogance. It is alignment with spiritual law. You are not begging for greatness. You are becoming it. Posture matters. Language matters. Presence matters. The subconscious mind does not follow wishes. It follows movement. It reads your shoulders, your voice, your walk. You can affirm all day, but if your body slouches like a victim, your mind will believe it. Do not walk as you used to. Do not speak in the tone of your former self. Walk with pace. Sit with stillness. Speak with power. Move with purpose. Your identity is being trained through repetition, through every step, every sentence, every breath. The subconscious cannot be fooled, but it can be retrained. Speak the right words, carry the right presence, move with command, and it will believe you. And once it believes you, it will obey you. This is the law. You do not become successful to act successful. You act successful to become successful. You do not wait to feel powerful to speak with power. You speak with power, and your mind rewrites itself. Thomas Edison acted with absolute belief in his inventions long before he held proof in his hands. He did not ask the world if it would work. He decided it would. He walked, spoke, and moved as if it already existed. And then it did. Thousands mocked him, experts doubted him, failure surrounded him, but none of it entered him. He walked in certainty while the world doubted. He acted while others theorized. That is why history remembers him. He moved as if the result had already been written, and in doing so, he wrote it. You must do the same. You must move as the man who already owns the result. Not later. Not when it's easy. Not when others believe you. But now, while no one is watching. While your only audience is your own will. Let your morning walk be that of a man who carries a mission. Let your handshake carry the energy of finality. Let your voice speak with clean edges. Let your presence say without words, "This man has already won." Do not posture like a beggar. You are not here to ask the world for permission. You are here to decide what you will become and then act accordingly. When you move in this way, your subconscious mind becomes your partner. It stops questioning. It stops doubting. It begins to build behind the scenes. It obeys the energy of your action. Every time you speak or move in faith, the world bends. Every time you act in alignment with the man you are becoming, the world yields. Not immediately, but inevitably. Say this aloud. I speak as if. I walk as if. I live as if. My mind accepts it and my world obeys. Let these words become your new philosophy of motion. Speak them, walk them, act them, live them. You may say, but I don't feel like the man yet. Good. That means you're in the gap between who you were and who you are becoming. And the only way to cross that gap is through action. Do not wait for your mind to catch up. Let your movement lead. Let your posture educate your mind. Let your decision train your emotions. The body leads. The mind follows. You must begin to live like the result is already yours. If you desire to become wealthy, speak the language of wealth. Respect your time. Demand value. Walk into rooms with decisiveness. Wealth follows structure. If you desire influence, carry presence. Be intentional with your speech. Say little and say it with weight. Influence is not given to the loudest. It is earned by those who carry weight in silence and strike with precision in speech. If you desire peace, then stop rehearsing chaos. Move with order. Let your environment reflect clarity. Clean your space. Walk slowly. Think deeply. Speak with warmth, but never with weakness. In every area, your action will signal who you are becoming. Your tone will train your identity. Your posture will sculpt your self-concept. Your movement will rebuild your mind. Speak aloud again. I speak as if. I walk as if. I live as if. My mind accepts it, and my world obeys. Say it before you leave the room. Say it before you take the call. Say it before you face the resistance. You are now building the most important habit of success, acting with faith before evidence. Most men never master this. They wait for proof. You will become proof. You are not acting in arrogance. You are acting in alignment. You are no longer pretending. You are choosing. You are no longer performing. You are becoming. You are no longer begging. You are creating. The man who moves in faith will eventually own what he once imagined. Because faith is the force that turns thought into form, idea into income, vision into reality. From this day forward, your body is no longer a slave to your mind. It is a commander of it. Every step you take trains belief. Every phrase you speak trains identity. Every moment of presence anchors power. Do not let the world guess who you are. Show them before they agree, before they understand, before they approve. Show them by the way you move, speak, and act. This is your new morning ritual. Stand in silence. Speak your identity aloud with force. Walk 10 steps with posture and power. Repeat your affirmation, I speak as if. I walk as if. I live as if. Act on one bold behavior of the man you are becoming. Let that behavior be clean, definite, and aligned with your future. Dress better, speak sharper, work deeper, Say no faster. Say yes with power. All of it is faith in motion. By the end of this week, your own mind will not recognize you because you will have trained it to obey a new standard, a new authority, a new version of you. And this new you does not ask if he can become. He moves as if he already is. Say it one last time. I speak as if. I walk as if. I live as if. My mind accepts it and my world obeys. These are not pretty words. They are law, and you must live them. You cannot build greatness while feeding on garbage. You cannot rise on thoughts of fear, gossip, confusion, or noise. You cannot command your life while consuming the opinions of small minds. Input determines direction, and most of what you allow into your mind is destroying you. Morning and evening exposure to noise is poison. News is poison. Debates, drama, predictions, opinions, they are toxins dressed as information. They steal your peace, your energy, your clarity, your faith. Let me tell you the truth plainly. Every notification you check before constructing your inner world weakens your mental grip. Every opinion you entertain before you've reviewed your chief aim opens a door for drift. And every piece of content that feeds your fear closes the door on your future. You do not need more information. You need more focus. You do not need more headlines. You need more vision. You do not need updates on the chaos of the world. You need silence to build a world of your own. You have approximately 70,000 thoughts per day. But here is the tragedy. 90% of them are the same as the thoughts you had yesterday, the same doubts, the same distractions, the same fears. You are looping failure without realizing it. You are not stuck because of your potential. You are stuck because of your programming. And the programming is a direct result of what you allow into your mind. If you do not change the input, you cannot change the outcome. You must become ruthless about the gates to your mind. You must become a guardian at the border of thought. Every image, every sound, every voice must pass through inspection. Ask, does this feed my aim? Or does this steal my power? If it weakens you, it is not neutral. It is an enemy, a smiling, casual, familiar enemy. And every day you entertain that enemy, your inner fortress crumbles one brick at a time. You are being trained by your environment at all times. The only question is, who designed the training? If you do not consciously construct it, someone else already has. And their design is not your destiny. John D. Rockefeller understood this. He was not merely a man of wealth. He was a man of silence. He insulated his time. He insulated his thoughts. He guarded his inner temple like it was sacred. Because it was. He refused to be ruled by external chaos. He did not allow the moods of men or the clamor of newspapers or the crisis of the hour to enter his state. While others reacted, he remained still. And from that stillness, he made decisions that shaped the world. Rockefeller did not merely make money. He made atmosphere. And from that atmosphere, he forged clarity and command. You must do the same. You must decide what gets in, and you must violently reject what weakens you. This is not an invitation. This is a command. For the next 7 days, eliminate every source of negative input from your life, every news outlet, every talking head, every cynical voice, every post, podcast, opinion, and program that does not build your belief must go. Replace them with silence, with structure, with replays of this message. Let this message become the dominant input in your morning and evening routine. Let it override the loop of fear with the rhythm of faith. Say aloud, I do not absorb weakness. I consume only what feeds my vision. Let that sentence become your filter. Let that sentence become your shield. Your subconscious mind cannot protect you from what you feed it. It is loyal. It obeys. It accepts every word you hear, every fear you rehearse, every emotion you dwell upon, and it builds your reality accordingly. You must starve fear to feed faith. You must silence distraction to amplify purpose. You must eliminate noise to hear the voice of your own authority again. You are no longer a receiver of the world's programming. You are a commander of your own construction. You do not consume, you curate. You do not scroll, you sculpt. You do not follow, you forge. Let your morning begin with faith, not headlines. Let your evening close with repetition of purpose, not analysis of chaos. This is the path of the man who desires mental strength. You may say, but I need to stay informed. No, you need to stay empowered. You may say, but I want to know what's going on. No, you need to know where you are going. Let the masses chase headlines, you will chase purpose. Let the mob react, you will respond with silence and strategy. For the next 7 days, you will consume only what builds you. You will play this message in place of morning noise. You will rehearse your aim instead of reviewing other people's lives. You will feed your mind only what you want it to multiply. Remember, what enters your mind shapes what it repeats, and what it repeats becomes who you are. The world is full of noise, but your mind will be full of order. This is your drill. No news for 7 days, no social scrolling, no negative voices, internal or external. Morning and evening input. Silence this message and your affirmation. Repeat the law. I do not absorb weakness. I consume only what feeds my vision. You will feel withdrawal. You will feel the pull of addiction to distraction. That is the sign that you've been too passive with your gates, but you will push through it because the new man you are building deserves a clean atmosphere to rise within. This is not about being disconnected. It is about being deliberate. The man of power is not uninformed. He is uninfluenced by what does not serve his aim. In 7 days, your mind will begin to shift. Your emotions will stabilize. Your urgency will rise. Your clarity will return. Why? Because your mental sky will be clean again. Every minute of input is a seed. Plant wisely. Plant what you wish to reap. And if you do not wish to live in fear, chaos, doubt, and distraction, then stop feeding on it. You cannot think new thoughts while swimming in old waters. You cannot rise to a new standard while consuming the stories of decline. You cannot build the future while scrolling through fragments of the present. Say it again. I do not absorb weakness. I consume only what feeds my vision. Speak it until your appetite changes, until your standard sharpens, until your spirit remembers what it feels like to be focused. You are building a mind that serves you. And that mind can only be built with quality materials. Your input is the blueprint. Your silence is the foundation. Your decisions are the walls. This is not a break from the world. It is a return to power. This is not disconnection. It is reconnection to your true authority. No negative inputs for 7 days. None, not a headline, not a whisper, not a scroll. Replace them with stillness, repetition, and your definite chief aim. You are not being ignorant, you are being intentional. Repeat aloud once more. I do not absorb weakness. I consume only what feeds my vision. Let it guide your choices. Let it build your discipline. Let it become the voice that drowns out the world and amplifies the man you are becoming. The undisciplined man is ruled by emotion. The disciplined man rules himself. This is the law. This is the difference between the man who builds a legacy and the man who begs for comfort. Softness is the disease of this age. It creeps in quietly. It speaks in excuses. It moves through appetites, and soon it robs a man of his will. Discipline is the cure. Discipline is the armor. Discipline is the rebirth. You were not created to follow feelings. You were created to enforce structure, to wake when you said you would, to build what you planned to build, to speak when it is time to speak, to think when others panic, to move when others freeze. Discipline is not punishment. It is purpose in motion. It is the outward proof that a man is living from within, not reacting from without. It is the external shape of internal authority. Your emotions are not God. Your impulses are not instruction. Your cravings are not your compass. You are not here to be ruled by appetite. You are here to master the machine of self. A man without discipline may be talented, but he will crumble. A man with discipline may be ordinary, but he will build an extraordinary destiny. Discipline makes kings of ordinary men. Discipline is the daily decision to obey order over feeling, to obey direction over drift, to obey structure over seduction. This is the gatekeeper of all power. You must not negotiate with it, you must install it. Structure is your spine. Without it, you are a puddle. With it, you are a pillar. Without it, your thoughts crumble. With it, your will crystallizes. You must structure your day before it structures you. You must decide what time to rise, what to think, what to read, what to build, and when to review. The man without a structure is prey. The man with structure is a predator of time. Set a time each day for silence. Set a time each day for action. Set a time for reading, for reflection, for review, for building, for solitude. Your hours must obey your aim. Do not leave your time to chance. If your schedule is open, then fear will fill it. Doubt will take up residence. Drift will rent the space. You must evict them with structure. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you demand to become. Without it, all your dreams remain theory. With it, all your theory becomes result. Say this aloud. I train myself. I obey structure. My habits are soldiers building my future. Say it again. Say it with power. Let the words fall like bricks. You are constructing identity through repetition. Structure builds emotional stability. The man who has built systems of control around his thoughts, his energy, and his environment does not collapse under stress. He operates while others react. He sharpens while others sink. Abraham Lincoln was such a man. He did not rise on charisma. He rose on control. He did not win by chance. He won by preparation. When others lost themselves in panic, Lincoln anchored himself in thought. Even under pressure, he did not lash out. He thought. He wrote. He prepared his words like a surgeon prepares a blade, with care, with clarity, with finality. His self-control became the strength of a nation. Lincoln's greatness was not an accident. It was the daily discipline of a man who chose to think before he spoke, to write before he reacted, to prepare before he performed. You must live the same way. Greatness is not loud. It is silent, ordered, invisible work, repeated daily behind the scenes. It is writing while others scroll. It is planning while others drift. It is sitting in silence while others beg for noise. Discipline is lonely, but it is the friend of destiny. It will not comfort you, but it will promote you. It will not give you ease, but it will give you peace. You will not feel like following structure. That does not matter. You will follow it anyway, because you are not a man of moods. You are a man of mission. The disciplined man does not wonder what to do. He knows. He has written it. He has reviewed it. He has planned his thoughts, his words, his movement. He is not confused. He is constructed. Do not let your habits be accidents. Design them, build them, repeat them, and they will become soldiers that fight for your future, even when your will is weak. You must build discipline in layers. Wake at the same time daily. Speak your identity aloud. Execute your morning plan. Review your chief aim before action. Set time daily for reading and silence. Close the day with review and correction. Repeat this drill daily for 7 days. Do not break formation. Each repetition strengthens your identity. Each act of obedience to structure builds mental muscle. You are forging a mind that will not bend. Speak this aloud each morning. I train myself. I obey structure. My habits are soldiers building my future. Let that phrase. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a prisoner of your repeated speech. Every day, every hour, every moment, you are either programming victory or repeating fear. Most men rehearse failure in the privacy of their own minds and then wonder why success never arrives. But I will show you a different way. I will show you how to speak until you become. Autosuggestion is the tool. It is not a trick. It is not magic. It is law. When a command is spoken aloud with faith and emotion, the subconscious mind receives it and begins to shape reality around it. This is not belief, it is instruction. Most men speak carelessly. They say, I can't, I'm tired, I never get it right, I'll try. They think they are describing their life, but they are actually prescribing it. The subconscious mind does not know the difference between sarcasm and sincerity, between fear and faith. It obeys the voice it hears most often. When you say, I am tired, the subconscious prepares your body for fatigue. When you say, I can't afford it, your mind begins to reject financial opportunity. When you say, I always fail, your imagination builds roadblocks for your future. You are hypnotizing yourself in the wrong direction, but now you will reverse it. From this day forward, your words will become tools, not leaks. You will stop bleeding power through careless language. You will begin to speak with purpose, and you will speak until your mind believes and your world obeys. You will speak your identity aloud every morning and every night, 10 times with force, not softly, not lazily, but as a man who is issuing law, with shoulders back, with lungs full, with spine straight, and with a spirit of fire. You will not wait to feel it. You will speak it until you do. You will not wait to believe it. You will repeat it until you cannot doubt it. Your subconscious mind is the link between thought and reality. It is the soil into which all spoken words are planted. But it is emotionalized repetition that causes the seed to take root. Not one thought, but the same thought spoken again and again with faith. You cannot merely say it once. You must say it often. You must say it with certainty. You must say it with a voice that commands obedience, not just to the world, but to yourself. Let me show you how the great men use this principle. Thomas Edison never waited for the world to validate his vision. He told himself what would happen, then moved in its direction. He repeated belief in his inventions, even while the world called them foolishness. He affirmed what he was building before he had built it. He spoke it, and then he created it. Andrew Carnegie declared his identity to himself so frequently, so specifically, and so consistently that his subconscious mind began to operate from it long before others accepted it. He did not beg for success. He commanded it by commanding himself. Henry Ford was not the product of superior education. He was the result of superior belief forged through repetition. While others were doubting, he was declaring. While others rehearsed why it wouldn't work, Ford repeated aloud that it would, and his subconscious made a way. This is your power. It is not theory. It is not fantasy. It is mechanics. It is the daily repetition of identity that rewrites the programs inside your mind and builds a new man. You may say, but I don't believe it yet. Good. That's why we start here. You do not need belief to begin. You need repetition. Belief will follow. The subconscious mind accepts what is repeated with feeling. And once it accepts it, it builds it. Repeat after me. I am the architect of my future. I do not wait, I act. I build purpose into every hour of my day. I demand results because I demand obedience from myself. These 4 affirmations are the beginning. Say them aloud now, 10 times each, slowly, powerfully, emphatically. Speak until the voice of doubt is drowned in your command. Use this formula. I am, to declare identity. I do, to affirm action. I build, to affirm creation. I demand, to affirm authority. Examples: I am disciplined. I do the work others avoid. I build wealth through intention and structure. I demand excellence from myself, and I deliver it. Customize these statements. Create your own. But once written, repeat them morning and night for 7 days, with force, with emotion, with absolute finality. No trying, no softness, no excuses. Speak them until they become your inner programming. This is how you train the subconscious mind, not with thought alone, but with thought, backed by repetition, wrapped in emotion, and spoken aloud with spiritual authority. The subconscious is always listening. It is the fertile field of your future. It does not ask if your affirmations are logical. It only asks if you are serious. And seriousness is proven through repetition. Each time you speak, your inner world is altered. Neurons rewire, thoughts harden into beliefs, and beliefs shape action. If you speak weakness, you build failure. If you speak power, you build certainty. Most men rehearse their fears. They declare their doubts. They relive their mistakes. They speak on what they do not want. And the subconscious, being loyal, responds, "As you wish." You will not live that way. You will rehearse power. You will declare direction. You will relive strength. You will speak only what you want, and you will speak it until it becomes inevitable. Challenge. For the next 7 days, speak your identity aloud 10 times each morning and 10 times each night. Set a time. Set a tone. Speak with energy. Record yourself if needed. But do not miss a session. Let this message be your companion. Watch it daily. Let these words repeat in your ears as you repeat your own. Let the vibration of belief echo until your mind is rebuilt. Your subconscious does not respond to wishes. It responds to commands. Your job is not to feel motivated. Your job is to issue orders to your internal world and back them with movement. Here is your protocol. Write 5 identity-based affirmations in your journal. Read them aloud upon waking. Read them again before sleep. Speak each line 10 times with emphasis. Watch or listen to this message daily to anchor it deeper. Do not skip. Do not mumble. Do not drift. Each repetition sharpens your internal blade. Each spoken word is a chisel that carves out the man you are becoming. You are not just talking. You are creating. You are not just affirming. You are instructing your spirit. You are not just speaking. You are commanding the unseen forces that build your outcomes. Say it again. I am. I do. I build. I demand. This is not a ritual for comfort. It is a drill for transformation. Speak it until your voice changes. Speak it until your body follows. Speak it until the man who once doubted you vanishes. You do not need anyone else to believe in you. You need to command belief within yourself. And that belief begins with what you say when no one else is listening. This is your law. Say it aloud. My words are law. My mind obeys my command. I build my future with speech. Repeat it again 10 times right now and watch how your inner state begins to shift. Let your family hear it. Let the world feel it. Let doubt fear you, because your voice is no longer weak. It is no longer scattered. It is no longer conditional. It is definite. It is decided. And it is the first tool you will use to become unrecognizable. This next week is not for silence. It is for declaration. It is for identity. It is for action. And the first action is this. Speak until you believe. Believe until you act. Act until you become. If you have followed this message, if you have obeyed each part, spoken each command, repeated each affirmation, made each decision, then you are no longer the man you were. You are now something sharper, something louder in silence, something clearer in purpose, something unstoppable in motion. 7 days ago, you were familiar, known by your past, defined by hesitation, owned by old beliefs, but not anymore. The old man has been buried in silence. He died under discipline. He was starved by structure. He was replaced by fire. This is not fantasy. This is transformation. And the mechanism was never mystery. It was law. Law applied daily. Identity does not shift through dreams. It shifts through repetition, action, and decision. Every morning you repeated your new name. Every night you reinforced your law. Every hour you obeyed your own command. This is not motivation. This is internal reprogramming. You have spoken it until you believed it. You have believed it until you acted on it. You have acted on it until it became visible. You have watched yourself rise, not by waiting, but by working. This is what most men never learn, that the mind is not changed by time. It is changed by input, by design, by choice, by the unshakable decision to speak, to act, to structure your life with power. Your subconscious now knows a different master. It is no longer ruled by fear, no longer fed by drift, no longer trained by failure. It obeys your new voice, and that voice has spoken with fire for 7 straight days. And if you did this, if you followed this drill, you are not finished. You are forged. You are not complete. You are commissioned. You are not perfect. You are permanent. A new identity is not a costume. It is not a feeling. It is a daily system of thought, movement, command, and reflection. And if you have done this work, then that system has become your skeleton. Let us now finalize the structure of your morning. From now on, every day, you rise as the man you have built. Final morning structure. Burn this into your life. 1. Wake in silence. Do not open your ears to the world before you have opened your spirit to yourself. Let no noise enter. Let no voice speak to you until you have sat in sovereign stillness. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, just silence. No technology, no stimulation, just you and your breath. 2, speak your aim aloud. Do not whisper it. Do not think it. Speak it with certainty, with decision, with the same tone a king uses to issue law. You will not move into the day without purpose. Say, my definite chief aim is, and then declare it word for word every morning. 3, declare 5 affirmations. These are not optional. These are anchors. These are identity reinforcement drills. Choose 5 declarations that align with who you are becoming. Use the 4-limb formula. I am, I do, I build, I demand. Say each line 10 times aloud with posture and tone. 4, visualize completion. Close your eyes. See the outcome. Feel it. Speak it in your imagination. Walk in it as if it has already happened. Let your body taste the future. Let your emotions match the result. This is rehearsal. The subconscious mind obeys the seen and the spoken. Give it both. Act boldly before 9 a.m., before the world distracts you, before fear creeps in, before comfort speaks. Move, send the message, make the call, write the plan, start the build. Do not drift. Act. Every day, move your mission forward before 9 a.m. This is sacred ground. If you follow this structure, your life will not drift. It will compound. Day after day, layer upon layer, word upon word, and the world will soon be unable to recognize the man you used to be. Now say this aloud, 10 times, with full breath, full strength, full authority. 7 days ago I began. Today I command. I am no longer who I was. I am who I decide to be. Again. 7 days ago I began. Today I command. I am no longer who I was. I am who I decide to be. Let that be the final brand you press into your subconscious. Let that become your origin story. The mark of separation between the old identity and the new one born of structure, silence, and fire. You may wonder, what now? The answer is simple. You return to the beginning. You return to part 1. You return to day 1, not because you failed, but because you are a builder. And builders build daily. Masters train daily. Commanders rehearse daily. You do not watch this message again for comfort. You watch it for construction. You do not repeat it to feel good. You repeat it to become great. Each time you watch this, each time you speak these affirmations, each time you rise with discipline, you will sharpen. You will grow. You will refine the man you are. Greatness is not reached, it is enforced. Discipline is not an act, it is an atmosphere. Faith is not just belief, it is structure. And identity is not inspiration, it is installation. You now have the blueprint. You now have the protocol. You now have the fire. The only thing left is to repeat it. If you skipped a day, go back. If you whispered when you should have roared, go back. If you drifted when you should have moved, go back. This is not punishment. This is power. 7 days was never the finish line. It was the furnace. And if you stood in that heat, then what has emerged is no longer fragile. It is no longer negotiable. It is no longer undefined. It is definite. It is formed. It is functional. You are now a man of structure, a man of silence, a man of vision, a man of bold speech, a man of daily decision, a man of action before emotion. You are now the kind of man who creates what he once chased. You are now the kind of man who moves while others hesitate. You are now the kind of man who speaks with such power that your subconscious mind cannot disobey. Repeat your affirmations. Repeat this message. Repeat the structure until the world aligns with the man you've become. Say it again, loud, final. 7 days ago I began. Today I command. I am no longer who I was. I am who I decide to be. And let that phrase echo through every action. Let it shape every word. Let it vibrate through every step you take. This is your creed now, your law, your daily ritual. Awaken silence and speak your aim. Declare your affirmations. Visualize the end. Move before 9 a.m. Return to this message again, 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 until your past is forgotten, until your name is rebuilt, until no man, including yourself, can remember the person you once were. You are not who you were. You are who you decide to be. And you decided 7 days ago